Hello folks, let's continue where we left off in the last part. Basically, yeah, that's appropriate for you, that's modern, that's Counter's Company up against Eldrazi Tron. That's part 2 of the second big playtest run for this matchup. You should probably await another big run, let's say rerun, because that will be a second time of Vizier's company up against Giant of Shadow, and there will be another control run of Eldrazi Tron again against Death Shadow Giant. So I hope I can upload these up on time before the GP Copenhagen, which I'm flying to tomorrow. And what can I say? You probably locked your deck choice by the time you're watching this, or you'd be watching the next couple of matches. But yeah, maybe you will learn a thing or two, or will have time to adjust your deck list before you submit it, if you haven't yet. This is a post-Cybert game. I think it's third post-Cybert game, if I'm correct. So far it's been 3-1 for the Counters Company, but Tron hasn't been drawing all that well. So there was a very quick dismember on that first Birds of Paradise, and it was very good for the Tron because I was stuck on one land. I produced a second one. In the meantime, Eldrazi's developed a board with Mind Stone into a map. That is pretty good, I would say. Then used the opportunity to try to, buy some myself some time. So casted Ted Hollis-Kula, and what was it? There was a land Footnotes in the Smasher. I knew that he could be casting Smasher next turn, but I took out the Footnotes here so that he wouldn't hinder my development. So here's the Smasher coming down next turn, taking that in obviously. I've heard, or rather read about people actually citing out some Smashers in this matchup. I'm not sure if that's correct. Probably you can cut 2 of them, just so that you still have something for that slot in the curve to cast, but you don't just draw too many, because as long as you just draw your sideboard cards and the key interaction cards, there are not that many things you actually need to win. Basically, in terms of tuning the builds, especially the Eldrazi deck, for matchups like this, so you should think about all the cards that might be potentially useful in this matchup, and I probably run a copy of that main deck, if it's a flexible card more or less, and then extras in the sideboard. So I feel prepared, but I'm still haven't submitted a deck list, so it might still be on the company side for the GP, but I don't know. It's either of those two. My third option was the Blue-Red Gift Storm, and I didn't really like it. That was even a riskier deck to play than Company, that's for sure, because Company can, still be down and just play its creatures and always threaten the combo. While with the Storm deck, you either get there or you don't, and then a few discards here and there, and you just cannot catch up with what your opponent's doing. So, yeah, he's cracking the map, cracking the stone, it seems, just to get some action going. He's still off Tron. I think what he has here is just 2 temples and 2 Tron pieces, but he's still lacking the third one, possibly. Maybe he has it in his hand by now. Maybe he drew it last turn, who knows. Anyways, he's on the damage race plan. It's kind of funny. So I have 2 mana darks out. I have a seer out. So yeah, basically what I need to do is to find the devoted druid to just basically go off and hope he doesn't have anything crazy here. So that's the plan, it seems. I still don't know. So I definitely, just for this matchup, I've added a Nulamog to my sideboard over 1 Batterskull, just so that I can actually win in this matchup without ultimating Karn and just, you know, mill them out. I don't want it main deck because it's a heavy drop. It's really a heavy card. But for this matchup, I think it's correct. It's removable when you do have mana, when you stabilize the board, and then it's a way to win, you know, through the infinite life. And I've swapped 1 Olis Dust in the sideboard for 1 again, because, well, Olis Dust is awesome, so you still have 1 and 1 main and side, but instead of the third one, so I think Ugin will actually be great. Also, it's something I think that I might side in the mirror, because you would have enough stuff to side out, that's for sure, like chalices, whatever, like main deck hate cards you run, whatever, you know, just cards in the main, just go big game. So with Ugin and both Karns and Ulamog, I actually think I have a small edge both sideboards in the mirror. If they have that stuff main deck, then yeah, that things could be tough then. Things could be tough. I'm not sure if it's correct to bring in Batterskull and Color in the mirror, but you want probably at least 1 color, at the very least. And even though it's gonna be a value game in the mirror, but you might want that life gain because you definitely keep in all the smashers and stuff. So I don't have much going on here. Okay, so here's an end of turn company. I'm at 3 life, and there's not that much that can save me here, actually. Well, I can straight ahead, you know, hit Sphinx and Vizier, for example, or an unoffensive for that matter. Plus this version actually had a playset of Vizier, so it's like quite a few targets. That's a Pride Mage plus Sphinx, I believe. So I'm very close, actually. I'm very close. I'm not sure if that's like main deck stuff going on. Oh yeah, so that was the potentially lethal attack. That is a potentially lethal attack. Because I'm down to, what, 5, I guess? So I figured out that I can actually block with the Pride Mage to just stay afloat, stay at 2. That way I can at least crack a fetch land, for example. I don't want to unlock this color with the footnotes here underneath it, and definitely don't want to block with the combo pieces, which is just my chance to win in this game, actually. You know? That's a dangerous path. He has all the mana in the world. Well, not the Tron, but... Okay, now he has Tron, but... Why would he... Okay. He actually did not crack the map and then play the land to get the Tron on. What I remember from this game, what my friend was saying, was that he was flooded and he didn't really need the Tron anyway. He was like low in action, and with still a couple lands, I assume, in hand. Finding Seagate Wreckage wouldn't actually do much here, so he can still, you know, make that land next turn and activate it, because he won't be able to activate it now anyway. So he has to hope I don't hit it. He has to hope I don't hit it. Just as a reminder, so I had the Harrison Horizon Canopy. Here I could, you know, okay, now I have the infinite life. Unless he has some interaction. Unless he has some interaction. He could have some instant to stop this. Yep. So, what is it? I was just thinking how to tap. No. Yeah, I could try to go off here. If that doesn't work, that's not a tragedy, actually. So I'm trying to start the chain. He, in response, goes for a surgical. So that's what was in his hand. Yeah, I didn't know about this, so he drew it in the last few turns. Yeah, so he fizzles the combo, and that's kinda rough. And for situations like this, you basically play surgicals in your sideboard. So there is another Vizier, Bird, and Duskwatch Recruiter in hand. None of this is actually gonna help all that much. So you still want all of this because it's cheaper and because of Eldrazi temples and stuff like that. Yeah, but Ugin is just a repeatable board wipe in this matchup. So this is why I kind of like opted for to cut like one All-Is Dust in favor of one sideboard Ugin. Because here you would just say for 2, then your Ugin would still be at 5, so unless they have a very lucky company flip with 5+ power, you'd still be able to wipe the board again. At the very least, then for the price of 1 money, you're gaining yourself 5 life, sort of. So that's important, because they could go like company some stuff on board and then activate Township, but still, it forces them to, you know, use the mana for Township and then attack Ugin instead of attacking you. So here I'm in a very tough spot, and it's kind of funny, just one smasher. So there's a chance that I should have just taken the Footnuts here, but if I didn't take it, then I think there was a chance that I wouldn't even have any chance to win this game. Because Footnuts here would still be a lot of power, and I wouldn't really want to trade with it. I wouldn't really able to trade with it with draws like this. What was that? So I ate a mana dork just to scry, because, you know, I have the canopy, so I can kind of, you know, plan my turns ahead a little bit. So now I need to just play something so that I just don't die. And still have a chance at winning. So really for the hard here, but it doesn't seem there was a way. It's like, if I cast Recruiter, then I trade in with, I'm forced to chump with Scholar and Recruiter, go to 1. He gets Scholar unlocked, so he gets Footnut back into play, right? Yeah, or into hand. No, into hand. But anyway, he has all the money in the world. So casts that, takes off these lever Vizier. But with Things Out, I even boarded one Things Out because I knew about surgical, so I trimmed down even the number of things in my deck after sideboard. Because I knew surgicals were coming, and they would get me. Yeah, cast Recruiter. But the thing is that, even with a Seer and Vizier in play, I don't have things anymore. And this is where I think smart deck building comes up. Think about the red cap, think about the Archangel Foon plus Spike Theater. So you need to adjust your company combat deck against Surgicals. They will be in every second deck you face in the sideboard, because, well, pretty much every deck can play them. And they're really good right now for this deck, for Dredge, for Storm, for if you run like Ghost Quarters and stuff, you bring them in even against big mana decks like this one or Valakut variants. Yeah, you have to be ready. So this is why I think you have to basically, you know, run it all. Because if I had the, for example, red cap in this deck at that time, then if, let's say, I draw Corridor Calling, so I'd have 3 bodies in play, 3 lands. Okay, that wouldn't exactly do it because I would be 1 land short. I know, yeah. But anyway, it will change how I will like approach this game, and it will still give me potential outs. Yeah, I'll probably fetch differently, plan for that with 1 bird and a shockland. I'd be able to just to cast it, so things like that. I guess I didn't want to go to 1 because then I wanted my canopy to actually function as a mana source. So I traded with that Smasher. But, well, yeah. It's a lot of mana. Here's a footnotes here, taking out the last part. Yeah, there's just no way to get out of this. No way. He can even Ghost Quarter something, for example. I don't even know why he's doing that. Probably because, well, why not? Well, it kinda trims down my deck, though. I think I still have access to like fetch a basic planes here. I don't know why he does that here. Maybe because that doesn't really hurt anything. I would have gone for Horizon Canopy, just to take away from me the chance to, draw into a path, for example. That's something that would actually, save me here. I don't know if he played a land for the turn yet, because we see in his hand he has the wreckage that could draw him into more action. Okay, I got a basic forest because that unlocks Corridor Calling, stuff like that. I still have the bird for let's guess double white. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, this footnotes here threatens the game. Threatens to basically finish up this game. I think he's still at relatively fine life total. I think he's something like at 8 or something. So can't really raise here either way. He knows about the bird in my hand. That's just an extra chump blocker. That's just an extra chump blocker. But yeah, anything along the lines of All is Dust or what Ballista would just end the game right there. So there are quite a few good draws here. Quite a few good draws here. He has really been like flatting out and not drawing much of like interaction. But he did draw some really key hate cards here. like that surgical. See, it's really dangerous to just have a very, square build. Then you just like lose the surgical. As simple as that. Because the deck actually has quite a bit of removal. So Fodna series coming in. Okay, I go to 1. I just top deck Lester in a collected company. But it happens sometimes when you side in spot removal. That was just 5 lands and another collected company. So that was a total whiff. So now I had to jump with the Vizier. Well, here's a Reshaper. I can block both of these guys next turn with the birds, but what does that even do for me? I'm at freaking 1. Kraken kinda be in desperation mode because, well, something like Path still helps. That still helps. Just drew another land. Here's a devoted to it. It doesn't matter. Just die. Have to cast a bird, and I just don't have outs at this point. Just don't have outs. So some people have been arguing that you're supposed to take out some reshapers, but they're still good to to try to cantrip into board wipes and stuff like that, into ballistas, into just all the cheap hate cards, the permanents. I mean, so yeah. I think it's alright to kind of like take out 2 Shapas and 2 Smashers, something like that. Because that fits well into curve out plan. Yeah, so a lot of hate from every side. Well, not as much like from company, of course. I'm not sure he boarded in correctly. He boarded in all the right stuff, but I think he could have boarded in more things. But yeah, Karn is not amazing. I'm not sure if I would even keep any of them in after sideboard, because things like Ugin or all of this are much better, and you don't want to have starting hands with all the heavy drops, for example. So yeah, so normally in this matchup, you're supposed to just trim down all of your combat pieces because of surgical, and because just resolving the combo is going to be very hard. You bring in some Path, some Scholars, some Decay, some Maelstrom Pulse, Pride Mage, Tracker. I don't hate like a Singleton Tracker, for example, just a pro drop, because it's a grindfest. You exchange resources quite a lot in this match, and just the ability to find more action is very relevant. Yeah, Big Game Hunter is pretty good, Fin Hunter is pretty good, but that's already in main deck, so you just keep it in. Yeah, so Big Game Hunter is a throwback from the times when you had Eye of Ugin in Modern, and the Eldrazi were all over the place, and then you were able to, for example, Path of Whatnot no, Path Smasher, that will trigger the discard ability, and then you would just madness in the Big Game Hunter for the Whatnot here, so now you can still do that, because Band plus Tron will actually take up a pretty sizable percentage of your field, probably. And yeah, BGH is still like good for Death Shadow matchup, so it still kills Goyfs and Shadow, and from Grixis variant it still kills like Tasigur or Angler. Does it? Yeah, it's 4 or more. Yeah, 4 plus. Yeah, just enough to kill with Tasigur. I don't know, if you play 4 Witness in the deck, then you might want to trim them down a bit too. I had 3 here, and I cut 1 just because oftentimes the hate comes in the form of like board wipes or You know, rarely in terms of like discard or, well, there is of course removal, but a lot of hate is going on from a different angle. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the links in the description. Leave any feedback in the comment section below, and I'll see you with more modern and standards in the coming days. See you, folks. Bye bye.